Jesus.
Oh, we got a little echo. All right, let me stop looking at cars.
Do you guys think we should make him buy a new car?
Here's what I can't say what I want to do. But I've been doing my XXP trades every morning, even this morning on the road.
Hey, I think you turned your mic off again.
Oh, I did. You could always trade the futures if you want. You know what I'm saying?
David says he's waiting for your pink Cybertruck, and honestly, same. I think you would rock a pink Cybertruck.
Uh, no, I can't get one. My girlfriend won't let me.
Mm. Pink Cadillac?
No, they depreciate
Damn.
too quickly. All right, am I on YouTube or not? I don't even know.
Yeah, you should be on YouTube now.
Deanna's mic is very loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Meta ramps up landmark FTC trial. Let's move you there. Let's populate here. Open and I can't open as new tab. Well, there goes that. One click trading.
Oh, were you gonna
One
send a shadow
click.
trader?
You can't hear me. Um,
No, I think you're good now.
I don't know
Can't
what
hear
to
him.
tell you.
Um, were you gonna send a shadow trader? I swear I saw on your Telegram you were.
No, you don't have to send it. It's the same positions. It's just
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Very loud. I'm very low. I just talk really loud.
if Lance buys a Cybertruck, I will lose all faith in him. Don't worry, I'm not. Let me see if I'm on YouTube before we start. Oh, I am.
I just told you you were.
What you can do is go to the YouTube. I don't think I have video on there. Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. You should be good. I can drop down your Telegram.
Yeah, you could do that. You could drop on the Telegram. I have YouTube up too. I'm a YouTube sensation. Psych. Not really. I really don't care. I'm Mr. Beast 2.0.
Except for the money.
JD.com. China, China, China. China, China, China. China, China, China. China, China. Baba was real good this morning. Alibaba. Those are very good this morning. Still on the highs. Little Baba. Only up about $7. So China is hot. PDD calls. JD.com calls. They won't stop the China calls. And I think you have XPEV and Lee earnings. Made bank on Baidu. Or Baidu. However you want to call it. Yeah, those calls hit this morning, the 100s for next week. Baidu had a very nice pop too. Still on the high. A little short squeeze in China, huh? All right. Let me. I'm not. Beth. Hello, Beth. You're on YouTube and you can hear me. Welcome. All right. Let's get into CNN. Trump signals he may let U.S. Steel make a deal with Nippon. So U.S. Steel should get a volume pop here. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let's start off the get-go, shall we? And let's say, what are the themes of the market today? Um, I would definitely say China stocks straight from the morning. You know, you had your Babas right off the get-go, and then your Baidus. You had some Intel flow, some PDD flow, some JD.com flow, some more Intel flow, some AES, a rare utility flow. That was kind of your go-to off the morning. Snap, nice pop today. Then closing calls, some more Intel right off the get-go. So kind of your move this morning was Intel, the chips, some quants, and then some China. AES was one you don't see often, and it is on the dead highs of the day. So really a lot of the highly shorted stocks, pretty much all the good charts have gone down, all the bad charts have gone up. So that's kind of been the theme, rotation out of Mag 7 into uh, kind of your highly shorted high flyers. That was a big theme. Um, there was a couple big bets. Goldman Sachs, some May monthly 550 calls, and that's ahead of the FOMC event Wednesday. So some Goldman. We've been seeing lots of calls in the banks, so that was good. Some Love had a nice pop. Those calls from a little bit back. Even the Rocket came back. Those calls finally moved. Those cheap March 15s. So that was your flow. And then a couple of names have caught my eye out of the blue. One is the Palantir. I know y'all love that one. Is my mic low? I'm sorry. I don't know why the mic's so low. Let me try turn it up. Yeah, it works. Let me try audio settings. Ah, that's why it was turned down. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna start using Zoom for the YouTube shows, so it will still be on YouTube, but I'm gonna record it off Zoom instead of OBS. I think my screen's too big, and with OBS, I can only share like a full screen, so I can't do all my good stuff, unfortunately. Wow, JP Morgan's at 38% already? Damn. All right, so let's get into the Palantir, shall we? A little Palantir, because that one stuck out like a star in Hollywood. Try not to say anything bad. But let's look at the Palantir, because it is a little bit of a star. $1 million above the ask, March 28th, 85 calls. So let's pull that one up. In the Palantir. What are your feelings on Rigetti squeeze? Probably the NVIDIA event later this week needs to squeeze. I almost wish I did Intel instead, but I wanted a higher risk. Nike, I think they have earnings Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So that put plays probably for earnings. But let's go to this Palantir, cause I put 40 grand in Palantir or 30 grand in Palantir a few well actually about last week, I think it was. Nike, look, a mind reader. Some Nike 65s actually just hit. Those are deep in the money calls. Not a big bet, only 100 grand, but let's look. Ooh, some Google calls. Wow. I'm getting some good stuff here hit late in the day. So that will help Palantir. Let's look at these Palantir next week 85s. So chart is bullish, right? Pulled back into support, right? All the chasers are crying. Pull back. Remember, most gaps get filled. We fill the gap. We start to bounce. Gonna break out, form a daily buy. So it looks good. Next thing we got to do is go. They're in the money calls. That's what you want to focus on. In the money calls, especially if you're new. Above the ask, in the money calls. So we'll go to the 85 calls for next week. We'll see how much juice they are. 555 by 560. What do they pay? Because obviously we want to do them in real time. How much do they pay? I'm going to say, I don't know. Let's pull them up and see how much they paid. You obviously want to get in ASAP. Oh my God, look at the move. So they bought them at 485 to about probably 520. Let's just say $5. So they're already up 10%. Wow. So they're up 100K already. Woo. Um, uh, they're up 100,000 already. I probably would try to buy these around $5 or turn it into a vertical, maybe the 85. What's the implied move? $10. Maybe the 85, 95. No, that's a bad ROI. 85, 90. It's still a bad ROI. Eh, they are pricey. I would try to buy them at $5. I wouldn't chase them here. I think they already moved. It's a little too late for Palantir. It's a little too late, like Toby Keith says. A little too late, but I like them. Maybe you put those on your watch list, so all you got to do is copy them, copy, go to your watch list, go to a blank little chart thing, boom, or you can put an alert, create alert. If they get at $5 or below, create a little alert to get in. Maybe we get a gap down tomorrow. Maybe we could get in a little cheaper, you know? Don't have to do anything crazy. But yeah, I would like to get in a little cheaper. I don't like to chase $1 million order. Usually, if I don't get in ASAP, then I move on. Kind of like Vodafone. Those Vodafone calls are up almost 40%. They bought them at 19, 20. Bought them at 20 and they're already 28. So, you can't, you gotta be, you gotta be up in real time. Can't be a little late. Google, that's another thing too. You have to ask yourself, do you really want to buy on the dead high of the day? Eh, not really. Like Google here. I mean, those are cheap calls for next week. Wow, those are cheap. The 172 and a halfs, how much are they? Let's try to do some option pricing. I'm going to say $1.50. Implied vol is pretty high in stocks, but let's see. Oh, Lance, you're too good. $1.50 on the penny. Jeez, how do I do it? Anyhow, let's continue on. Does anyone have questions? We got JD from China. They have earnings? No, just reported. Wow. Ow. Woo. Woo. Wouldn't take Pfizer because you have calls and puts on the same expiration. So I don't like doing strangles, all that crap. I don't do any of that. But yeah, I would probably do a call spread, but I really don't want to buy stocks up here. I've been selling stocks today. Any on AMD? I wouldn't trade AMD too much. Maybe they move with the NVIDIA conference this week, but it is usually not a good one, or hasn't been. What did they hit today in AMD? Nothing. Yes, I would not trade it. This trader bought leaps on Friday, March 2026. I mean, they've been right. But usually AMD, NVIDIA, you really don't have any advantage. They're almost too big of stocks. Unless you see like a $4 or $5 million order, they trade, like if you think about it, like look at NVIDIA or even AMD. They trade so many options. And I know everyone wants to trade them because they're like what you see all over CNBC. But like they're just really AMD has traded 500,000 shares. NVIDIA or 500,000 options, 2 million options. You should really just no advantage on trading those two. So I know I'm party pooper, but there's nothing, very rarely are you going to have any new news that can move the stock, right? I would trade Intel, way cheaper options, better bang for your buck. And, that name has had news a lot. So you want stuff in your back pocket. Yeah, you could say it would have, should have been a to bought good. And also too, implied vol. Like to give you an example, let's say you bought NVIDIA calls Friday, you're down 30%. You bought NVIDIA puts, Hey, it's down 2%. You think you're making a boatload, you're up 15%. So they're priced literally to perfection. That's why I'm a big kind of hater on Nvidia and stuff. There's just no, you're not going to catch an unexpected move. Everything's priced to the T, sadly. Even with Tesla, that's why I only traded Tesla for, a day and got out the next day because, there's no, if you look at it today, it puked. EL, oh, good one. Ooh, there we go. Y'all are starting to get it. EL, Estelade. Where was EL? Penny option? I thought I saw this one recently. These expired. EL. Oh, you know why I won't show it? Because all the names with EL in it. I'm trying to get them to fix that. Same with like Foot Locker. You see how it's all Netflix? Netflix got an upgrade uh this morning, by the way. Got upgraded. All right, let's see what else we have out there. I thought it was later in the day towards the close, but it's not. Or that's what I wanted, I should say, to try to trade the close. Let's see what else we got. Pinudo Dudo, PDD. We can look at some PDD. Do they have earnings, by the way? God, PDD on the highs. Everyone keeps saying bear market, bear market. Look at the China ADRs. I don't know where's a bear market. Earnings are 320 in PDD. Oh, so that's why the options are all juiced. Yeah. PDD has earnings. $11 plus implied move. That's why the options are so crazy. That makes sense. I was wondering earlier today why they were so expensive. Now we know. MasterCard and Visa calls. Oh, look at that. So some more call buying in the financials. Look, you see how a lot of the flow, they're buying pullbacks. Visa, April 4th, 332 and a half. So in the money Visa calls, MasterCard calls. So basically all the names that people were scared of, you're starting to see call buying with an economic slowdown. MasterCard, 600K, May 520s after Goldman Sachs calls. Those are going to be pricey, but about 29 bucks. So never trade those. But you're starting to see a lot of good in the market, specifically the financials. So the banks will lead the way. If you're a part of Warped Option, we got some bank and JP Morgan calls, call spreads from what was it, Friday? Yeah, Friday. Banks looking good. The banks. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, we should look at some names for earnings. I almost forgot about that. You got a little gap buyer. April 4th, 19 and a half. Vodafone, 2.4 million. That's why I said large and in charge. Some American Airlines, SEP 10. So airliners. Look at AAL, 4.5%. Love, 2%. Saw some love calls. Delta, no love. United, no love. So you got AAL and love and the airliner, Southwest, some recent flow. Let's see what else. Let's see what we have for earnings. There's that BABA order. AB, I've never heard of you. And it has no liquidity, so we would not trade it. Need names with liquidity, tell you that much. No liquidity, avoid. Tesla's starting to look attractive. Wish it would hit 200. And then I want to buy all I can. Baidu, oh my God. Yeah, Baidu's on a tear. Baidu is on a tear. Big breakout on volume over a previous swing high. So that's the same with that quantum computing stock. breakout on volume. Speaking of Baidu, look at that. March 102s. So in the money Baidu calls here. Mind readers. Might have been one of y'all. How much do they pay? 340-ish? Yep. So Baidu more calls. Those calls are up 800%. Oh my God. So you see how you could catch market makers sleeping on these China stocks? There'll be another one. You spread them out. I'm going to take a couple of these. 338. And I'll take another at 330 if I can. Give me more. XYZ. Is that square? Could turn it into a call spread if you want, but I don't like doing that. And not on China. China's too crazy. Might as well just risk it all. Baidu pulls back, I'll probably buy a few more. Maybe at $3, 330 and 3. Speaking of good old China ADRs. All right, let's see what we got rocking in the chat. Palantir still moving up. Piggy. Ah, Miss Becky. Yes, love Becky. There we go. I'm starting to break out. You have CCL. Remember all those calls in the cruise liners last week? You remember all those calls in CCL and Norwegian? Look who got upgraded today. Cruise liners. So it took a few days, but you got your big move in the cruise liners. Took a few days, but you got there. Norwegian 5.5%. Huh? March calls are up about 100%. You got your move. Took a couple days, but you got it. What was else? Micron. I would rather not get too caught up in Micron. It's starting to move though. Didn't we see some Micron? I know we saw Marvel calls. These expired. I've seen some. Well, these expired. How much were these? 170? Yeah, I probably wouldn't trade Micron. It's too big of like a market cap stock, kind of like a Nvidia and AMD to really move the needle. Some of those chips have been getting whacked on earnings too. I do have a calendar. Hold on, an earnings calendar. Let me pull it up. Downloads. Download on AOL. Is that it? Yes, it is. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I gotta open. Do y'all want to give me investment advice? Because I can't give y'all investment advice. Do y'all want to give me investment advice? I'm thinking of throwing 50 or 100K in. So, do y'all want to give me investment advice on OpenAI? Should I get in OpenAI? I got an allocation. You want to exit on after the pop or the news. So, that would be today, right? You got the news today, the pop today. Unless you think, I mean, you click the mouse, but I usually sell after the news. Look, more PDD. Do y'all want to give me investment advice? What's the ticker? OpenAI? Well, it's not public yet. I am privileged. I feel like, what do they call it? A Nepo baby? I am privileged because I am a opportunistic investor, opportunity investor, whatever the hell they call it. And I get they charge the shit out of you in fees. But let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I got. Then we'll get back to the markets. Sorry, I'm getting messages on the side. So they said for OpenAI, get this. This is how crazy these fees are. They screw you, but you want to play with the big dogs, you got to pay. Their sales went from 28 million in sales in 2022 to 3.7 billion in 2024. They're projected to reach 12 billion in sales by 2025 with positive gross EBIT, EBITDA to 700 million. I just told my buddy I feel like a fool buying OpenAI. So it is not for the faint of heart, to say the least. But here's the fee structure. 2% annual fee. So you put 100 grand in, you pay 2%. 5 years. So let's just say 10 grand. Paid up front. So you have 10 grand up front or 10% up front. 20% carry once capital returned, including fees and a one-time SPV setup fee for another 2%. So basically, you put 100K in, you make 100K, you're paying probably realistically 30 in fees. So you need to double your money to make 70 grand if you put 100K in, which I'm thinking 50 or 100. I mean, it's insane. So I don't know if anyone does private. I got SpaceX at a good valuation. OpenAI, I feel like I'm getting screwed. Shop calls. PM. Ooh, a flight to safety. Wow, you don't see that often. Ooh. But there's your earnings. FedEx, Ollie's, SIG, so you can buy some jewelry. Williams Sonoma, Five Below, probably just good. Darden, gambling.com. That's a real website. Wow. Oh, PDD is this week? That's right. I just said it. I don't know why it shocked me. I just looked at the options. FedEx, Lennar, Carnival, Little Baby Neo, XPEV. Oh, the marijuana stock is still around? Wow. So really, you don't have much earnings, but some. Let me look at this full Philip Morris. Why don't I load up on XXP? It's a good question. I'll show you. I'll show you why I did it or why I do it or how I do it. All that jazz. I had a few questions on it, so we'll get to that. But let me look at this Philip Morris. Wow. What a chart, huh? People love tobacco. Oh, is it a dividend play? It might be a dividend play, Philip Morris. They have a dividend upcoming. They got a divvy. What are they buying? The April 4th? Uh, how much is their dividend? A buck 35. Wow. I'm usually not a fan of dividend when a stock has a dividend upcoming. So SpaceX is private, yeah. Yeah, it's all private. In the private markets, here's the thing in private markets. If you get in early, if you're a fund and you get in early, let's say you buy 20 companies, you hope one or two make it. And then you make 50, 100x your money. But if you're like me and you know people, I only get the deals after the funds make all the money. And then when you guys buy IPOs, the regular retail investors, I mean, I am too, so can't really talk crap. You're buying it at a buku valuation, right? So it's a dirty game, but what are you going to do? Nothing you really can do. You know, open up your own private equity fund and, blow up a couple times and lose all your money and then hope you make it. It's kind of hard. Wow, the trend just dipped below 0.51. I want to sell everything and look at that. The trend is at an extreme. It's not good for the market. But It's only good when everything pops. All right, let's look at a few more names out there. Philip Morris. If they didn't have a dividend, I love it. Shopify. Eh, I can already tell I don't like it. Too high risk. God dang. Maybe not. Does not get earnings. If it was bigger, I'd buy it. 165K in shop. Nice chart though. You see how this is like the most common chart in the market? So rally, what do people do? Chase, right? They chase, they buy up here. It's going to the moon. Then we take out support. You see volume when we took out support. So it flushes. Everyone who bought here sells here. So now when all the sellers are gone, stock can go up. And we filled the gap perfectly, right? So now we bounce. Let's see how much those calls are. Ideally, I would have liked to buy this yesterday or the day before, so last week, but how much are these folks laying down? 165K. The 100 calls are a dollar wide. No way, brother. Not a chance in hell. Dollar wide option, I would rather swim upstream without a paddle. NVIDIA. Ooh. Ooh. That's interesting. These expire Friday, the 122 calls. Where's NVIDIA? I kind of like these for a contrarian bet. So NVIDIA already bounced. You have NVIDIA with what this week? Their conference. If they're under like 240, I'd buy these. 122 calls about a little bit out the money. If they're cheap, I would say 240 or under. 122 calls are 285. Ugh. I'm being a little cheap. I'm not buying them. Sorry. If they keep whacking the video calls, then maybe. But they need to start whacking these names more. I want to see NVIDIA 120s, 118s, 124s, 125s like this in order for me to take NVIDIA. Oklo, we can look at it. The Oklo, it's that open AI, stocks down 50% back into support. Earnings 324. Oh, look. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, why aren't you bigger? Uh, these calls are in the money and get earnings, and they just really ain't that big. How much is it? 150? Eh, if it was bigger, I would take it, but it ain't big enough. So it's not big enough for me in Oklo. And that was on March 13th. When was that? Here? Damn, well, they timed the bottom perfectly. I don't think they're bad, but maybe just wait closer to the earnings before you get in. I'm just a little chicken right now. I don't want to buy. I've been a seller today. If you could look at all my orders, you see how they're mostly close orders. This morning, I was at McDonald's. I pulled in because my truck had to get service. So I sold everything within the first like 4 minutes, and then I've been selling basically everything this morning. We might get filled in this JP Morgan gang. Let me send out a thing for warped options, um, just to be on the alert. Do you hold dividend stocks like Nate? No. Ooh, Intel. No, I hold only a couple stocks. Do you want to know what they are? I'm sure the chat will tell you. Chat, do y'all want to tell them what stocks I own? Or who was it? You got filled on JP Morgan? Jeez, I didn't. Let me put a little alert. What'd you get filled at, Cody? Jeez, you must have got in better than me. I think mine's 555. You are better than I. Um, TKO, Tesla. Man, y'all. Oh, you can't see the chat. Sorry, Stacy. Let's look at this Intel. Oh, I bought one extra Baidu at 330. Um, how many Baidu did I buy? Three? Three lot. Let me look at this Intel. But no, I don't. March 26 and a half calls. How much are they? 53 cents? Let me keep an eye on this Intel. Man, that Palantir is up 20% already. Maybe I should just chase, huh? Chase everything. Wow, Intel looks good. A lot of stuff is looking good. Of course, you do have the Fed. Vodafone's almost at 50%. They're 29 right now. Okay. But I don't I own a lot of ETFs. So I've been buying mid caps and small caps long term. And the reason why I don't own a lot of dividend stocks is they're mostly made up in those portfolios. But like I own, so for dividends, what I do is I do structured notes. So what I mean by that is you made 25% on Palantir. I'm jealous. Um, Jason, let me see if Deanna can message you or see, because I don't know. I know it's not like public anymore. Deanna, I don't know if you're here, but if you are.
Yeah, I was just gonna drop my email if he shoots it my way.
Ooh, more Baidu calls. Ooh, Google's moving too. Baidu now some March 105s. That's good. So some more Baidu calls. We just saw, let me make this bigger. The some Baidu March 105s, and then we saw the March 102s a little bit earlier when we started. Wow. 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 Well, that's good. So you get PDD earnings with Baidu. Oh, nice job, David. Yeah, I remember Vodafone from mid-December. That I do. Um, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I do a lot of structured notes. So basically they're debt instruments where uh you're getting like a cushion. So I do all the risky stocks and structured notes, like Palantir. The one I just did, let me see if I can pull it up for you. By the way, I have my email, by the way. I'll share it. Where is it? And I'll have my assistant. I think they start Thursday. I have a call with them um, to monitor it. 'Cause I have to find out how to change my emails on my phone or whatever it is. Let me see. Uh, is this it? Let me see if I can show you a structured note. We'll do 40K on Monday. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I found it. Wow. So a structured note deal is, let me pull up Palantir. So we got to make this big. It's real small. Basically, what these banks will give you is they'll give you like Palantir. It's a 3-year note, so debt instrument. they can't call it. Basically, uh they'll call it, meaning basically the trade's over. As long as the stock doesn't go down 50% from where the note is issued, so I think it was like, let's say 85. As long as the stock doesn't go down 50%, you get paid. You're break even on your money. If the stock is above, this is a 60% coupon. So basically, if the stock is down 40% or less, you get paid 22.25% per year, paid out in monthly uh, dividends, we'll say. It's not really a dividend, though. But most are in very risky stocks, like Shopify, 40%, what pays 12%. Amazon is less risky, so it only pays 8.2%, and you only get a 30% barrier. Most of them will be like ETFs, like the S&P, Russell, NASDAQ, and they'll pay anywhere between like 8 to 10%, as long as the stock market doesn't fall 40%. Actually 25%, 30% in some. So me, I like the risky stuff because you get more return. Um, but that's just kind of my cup of tea is structure notes in terms of, I guess, for the dividend question. Just because I know my break, it's kind of like selling a put or a put spread. You know your break even, you know what you're going to get, you know if it doesn't work out where your line is. It's not every month. It's um it's not every month. It's per year, Stacy. Where do you buy structured notes? I think there's an online marketplace. Um I'm not what's the online? I think there's an online marketplace, or you can ask like your financial advisor if they do it. But usually it has to be someone who offers those products, and it goes through the banks. So if you're like advisors with like a Morgan Stanley, even like a Schwab, Barclays, Goldman, they should be able to get them. But I do think you have to be an accredited investor. So just a heads up there. XPEV calls next week 28th. So more China ADRs here, gang. Yes, if it falls, B-Rad, thank you for mentioning that. If it falls below that barrier, you're at basically a one-to-one negative. So let's say it falls below, let's just say 50%, and you put 100K in, you're down 50%. And let's say it falls 60%, you're down 60%, AK or 60K. So once that threshold gets cracked, you know, it can be painful. How do I know? You can, but I think you have to pay, uh, uh, you pay basically, the market is not great if you want to close them out early. And if you're down, they get priced pretty crappy. So I know that because I got caught with Super Micro when it crashed. And that was not good because I was down like 40K. Now it's came up. I'm still down, obviously, but not as bad as it was when it was like 25 bucks. How do you get Palantir? Yeah, sure. So go to the Palantir. We might have to look at XPEV here real quick too. So the Palantir, the March 28th 85s. So if you go to the March 28th 85s, yeah, thank you. All you have to do is there's a couple ways. One, You can right click on your mouse and the seventh option will be copy, and it will give you the ticker, the year, the month, the date of expiration, C for call, P for put, and then the strike price, so 85. Then what you can do is you can go to a chart or your watch list, whatever you want to do. Let's say I have a chart with, I don't know, Apple. Turn it into a blank chart, hit Control V, and paste. And if you want to go even further, then you could pop up if you like to active trade, kind of like when you trade futures, the active trader. And you can go, let's say I want to buy it at $6 or $5. You can put an order in that way. Kind of like, what I used to do it trading S&P futures a lot, where you buy your orders and sell. Does anyone trade the E-minis? I know we can't do like an alert program with the E-mini or with futures because it goes through a different regulatory body. But that's what I used to do a lot. Very fun and very, oops, whoops, Lance. Very fun and very good for uh, tax instead of doing the SPY. So you might be asking, Lance, why don't you do the SPY? You can. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Oh, let me get rid of this. But you do have advantages, and I'm not an accountant, so please seek your own tax professional. Blah 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 blah. All that jazz. Um, right now I need to get rid of it. I don't know how. Crap. I just want to chart. Great. I don't know what I did. But the uh the XSP gives you the same tax advantages of SPX or E-mini SPOOs. So just a heads up there. You do get a little bit of a, better tax than, let's say, individual stock or the SPY. And liquidity is not bad. I mean, XSP liquidity, well, now they're penny wide because they're basically worthless. But if you do the SPX, it could be a little bigger of a contract, but pretty good liquidity still. I just like the minis, the mini a little bit better. All right, I got distracted and lost all my charting stuff. So, oh yeah, in the video. Wow, I totally forgot that. The video is actually looking better than it was. I prefer the way Jack is doing, buying stock for the long run and then earn the dividend. Ah, so you think you like the administrator basically selling upside calls? You like that better? If you can if you have a big account and you can buy the stock and then write calls, it's pretty good. But the only negative is obviously you have to be able to own 100 shares per underline, to write a covered call. And, that's the only negative. You just need to own the stock. David, can you go over the formula for XSP? Sure. Let's do it from the get-go, shall we? Oh, what does he do? He does a hedge yield strategy. I used to do one way back in the day where you buy the stock and write the upside call to collect the divvy. Man, the video is actually going here from that call buyer. Look at the video run. And here I am saying it's too expensive. Eh. Yeah, so let's go to it. So all you would do, and I made this little gadget here, by the way. Um, I don't know why I have one out here. Oh, I was trying to get 27 cents. I think I got the max was 25 cents. So what I like to do is go to the market maker's implied move. So since today is already, we got what, an hour left in the day. Um, what I like to do, and you don't need all this, but I will give this to y'all soon. I just gotta make it all cool and fancy and all that jazz. But all you have to do is go ahead to your option chain. Maybe we could clip this for the YouTube. So go to the option chain, make this big. Okay, there we go. Go to the option chain. Since today is already, I don't know, gone, let's do for tomorrow, or let's look for tomorrow so you can do this. So I'm going to go to March 18th, expiration, aka mañana. I didn't even know. Today is St. Patrick's Day. I don't drink anymore. I had a beer the other day and I was in pain from one beer. I don't know. Can't have alcohol. But you will go to March 18th expiration, so tomorrow. You would look at the implied move by the market makers, which is 497. Corned beef. I'm gonna make burgers later. I don't know if that qualifies, but so it'll give you a plus minus sign 497. Let's just round that to 5. Okay. Now let's go to the current underlying share price, 570. And let's take away 5 from it. That will be 565. So we take the market maker's move, or you can add the at the money calls and puts. So 250 plus 236. Let's just say 250, 250 is 5. I mean, we're 257 plus 235. Just make it easy math, $5. So the at the money straddle is $5. Again, trying to make it easy math. So then all you would do is go to the 565 puts and sell them. So you take the market maker's move minus the current share price, 570 minus 5, 565. So that is the downside the market makers think the stock can go. So that'd be 565. So we want to sell those puts and then buy one strike out. So that'd be the 564s. So therefore, the trade setup will look like this. Sell the 565 puts, buy the 564 puts, and try to get around 20 to 25 cents. So try to get anywhere between 20 to 25 cents. That's what you want to try to get. It's about 20 to 25 cents. So obviously the market is right now on the dead high. Yeah, about on the dead high. So ideally you would want to wait till the morning. So tomorrow morning, and within the first 30 minutes of the day, you want to do the trade. Yeah, Donna, it doesn't always have to be done with puts. It's just the reason why I like doing it with puts is because usually puts are more expensive than calls. So insurance is usually more expensive than calls. So usually you could get a little bit more premium with the puts. Now, ideally, you want the market to open flat, slightly up, or slightly down for this. If the market opens, let's say like 2% higher, then you could maybe sell out the money calls. So you would sell the 575. So $5 out the money, 575, 576 calls. So you would do that or you can do that. But me personally, I like doing just the puts because they're usually a little bit more expensive. So when you sell them, you can usually get more because usually the price of insurance or the price of hedging, the price of puts is usually a little bit more than the price of calls. And basically, you don't have to do anything as long as the share price closes above 565, that would be for tomorrow, you're good. There's no management, there's no day trading. It just expires at max value. Like today, I sold these and I was driving, or not driving, I was at McDonald's. I pulled up around like 9:20 so I can do my alerts. So like this morning I was doing them at 20 cents and 25 cents. And now you can see they're, literally 0 by 2, 0 by 1 worthless. So you keep all that premium. So you keep the 20, 25 bucks per contract and you don't have to do anything else. And you don't have to buy them back. You don't have to time the market. You don't have to do anything. So it gives you a pretty good cushion. I mean, you really, so like this morning, the market was, let's just say up here, 565, 566. I sold the 562 puts, so right here. So as long as we didn't close below 562, you make money. So if the calculation is outside 20-25 range means no trade. Yeah, if you're getting like, it should always be right around 20-25 cents. It should always be around it. If it closes below, the good part, you can either A, do two things. In the last hour, buy it back. Usually, even if it's, let's say at 560, you can usually get like 80, 85 cents. So you're not taking a max loss. Um, so you don't have to do anything. Or if it, let's say you're driving and don't buy it back, then it just goes to a full dollar. There's no assignment risk, there's no long stock, there's nothing like that. It just at the end of the day, it clears out. That's it. Nothing you have to do. That's what's good about doing an index because it's automatically going to do it for you. Instead of a stock where you can get like assigned stock shares and then you have to sell the stock and all that jazz, with this, you don't have to do anything. So that's the beauty. Since it's an index, you don't have to do anything. And that's why a lot of professional traders prefer SPX, E-mini S&P, and now, because these are brand new, this is a brand new instrument by the CBOE. And I'll show you what I mean, because it literally is a brand new instrument. And this is why I've been targeting it. Um, so they even have it on the CBOE. They put this out there. So it's 1/10 of the standard SPX. Because back in the day, I mean, trading the SPX, you had to be pretty, big. You get extended hours, so they open. I believe they open from 9:15 to 9:30. They're closed, but you can even do them extended hours, which is good. Same with the E-mini S&P. There's uh no settlement risk. So perfect. You could do it with literally 20, 25 bucks. So, or 100 bucks to total risk. Tax savings, cash settled. So you don't have to take any shares or unwanted market exposure. Because the big thing with a lot of people selling credit spreads is if they're wrong on direction, they're getting assigned stock and it can be very harmful. So a lot of benefits with it. And again, they're brand new to the markets. Life is better. Wow. More profit or more taxes. Wow. So they're doing all the work. Look, for a cup of coffee. But yeah, just a lot better instrument. than SPY. So pretty cool. Yeah, I always do a $1 spread. Exactly. That little Palantir. Why don't y'all yell at me and just say, oh, I got filled in JP Morgan. Wow. Wow, gang. 50% JP Morgan. 50% JP Morgan. 50, well, a little over 50% JP Morgan. Hold on, let me put this down on Telegram. JP Morgan, I got closed out. Wow. All right, let me get Deanna to send this
Yeah, which one?
warped options.
Okay. Give me like 40 seconds once you got it on there.
Wow. This is the best strategy I think I've ever done. I really do think it is. Let me update this sheet. Well, ideally I have Jeremy to do all this, but I'll do it here. I mean, this is literally my new favorite thing. I did Bank of America too. I forgot I did Bank of America. Whoops. Can I just copy that? Hold on, let me see if Bank of America hit too. Um, Let me see if Bank of America. Oops. Where am I on bank? 41%. Well, Bank of America is not there yet. So if you did Bank of America with me in the training, I mean, ooh, ADMA. March 19 puts. What is this stock? ADMA. Is that a drug? It is. Ooh, remind me to look at that stock here. All right, Deanna, I updated the sheet at
Okay.
5:55. Where's bank at? 40. No, just keep it. Let me update the tracker. Or Jeremy, can you update the warped option tracker? You really shouldn't have to do anything, but just put in the prices. Oh, I think you already did. One sec. 5:55. We only held it, what, one day? One trading day, technically, but it was a weekend. I guess I put 3 in there. Um, all right. ADMA, what is that stock? A drug?
No, I think the actual drug is ADMA. I don't know what the stock is, but
Oh, there's a lot of, they must have a drug trial. 166, $1.66 implied move. Are they buying calls and puts? The reason why I don't like this, it's probably some dope trial, but there's calls and there's puts. So I'm assuming this trader's probably straddling, maybe ahead of a drug trial. So you see how there's calls, inputs. I'm gonna avoid it. I just a little too risky for me. Did you get some for I did not for OpenAI. Hmm. ADMA, a little dope, a little drug. Man, the chart looks good. Uh, I'm not touching it. Too risky for me. XPEV, everything is China. XPEV, JD, and Baidu. All right. Think. Let me go over the questions. That Intel's looking good though. I tell you. The Intel, ever since they had a new CEO, that stock has just been running. If you're bullish, you make the case it takes out these prior swing highs. But when does it cool off? That's what I want to know. And you've got a gap to 30. We need an inside day in the market. The market can't be going up this much. We need to cool off a little bit. What level, David? Um, I would what um what do y'all what level is it in Schwab? Is it two or three, gang? For spread? Let me look. I should know this. But each broker's different. It looks like level two. All you have to do too, if you want, I just message them all the time on that on the little thing here. But sometimes you might have to log in. Let me look here on my account for you. Log in to Schwabi. Don't steal my stuff, gang. Will this be recorded? Yeah, I think it's on YouTube. Let me look. It might be on the YouTube. Ooh, John Cena and Cody Rhodes appear on Raw.
Yeah, it's still on YouTube.
Oh, Monday Night Raw's live? Oh yeah, they're in Barcelona. Oh man. I have to watch my wrestling tonight. Oh yeah, it's on YouTube. So it'll be on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube for you as well. And look, you can see all the chat. The 9 a.m. will be on YouTube too. If you're all watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. It helps, apparently, with the algorithm. Let me find out here for you. Profile, margin. I'm at spreads, this one. So they give you what level it is? They don't even tell you. I don't even do naked stuff. So, and I don't even mess with the naked. I've seen too many people blow out doing naked options, even like diagonals or calendars. I've seen too many things go wrong. So I only do spreads. But I think it's level two or three. Um, I would just message your broker personally, or just message the little chat box there. Level two, Jason says, thank you. What is Rigetti up to? What, are they moving? No. A whopping 5%. That's it. Me. All right. Let's see what questions we got. And then I'm gonna good job, Tom. Good job, Rich. Love letters. Let me see. Anything else Oh Lord, Reddit calls. Risky Reddit above the ask 140s. Ugh. I like these. Oh my God. Did they just have news? They must have just had news. Reddit just had news. The stock just popped 15 bucks. Google, Reddit. Google expands relationship with Reddit. Oh, too late. Yeah, too late. Look at all the Reddit calls coming in now. Ah, when did the news hit? 255. The trade's already over. Mason, we're trying. I have that. Maybe Deanna, can you message the team to see if there's an update on that?
Yeah,
Because
of
we
course.
have. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, of course I can message them.
Yeah, we're trying, Jason. I know we brought it up, and Sean, who writes all like the newsletter stuff, um, he he's been a big component of trying to get that fixed too. So yeah, because that and the search feature has been a little difficult. And I want to get that done too, because sometimes I do it and I get frustrated. So I feel you there for sure. Um, Even if you do like what did I search that EL stock? It will pull up like S or CELH because it's in it. I don't know how they get around it, but we'll Deanna will message them. All right, I'm hungry. I gotta eat. Let me see any other questions. Snapchat's still going. Why isn't Google participating in the upside move? Robert, that's a good question. A lot of the big Mag 7 stocks aren't, but like if you look at Mag 7s, you see how they're, if you just type in MAGS, they're down about 1%. Ooh, GM with a little call buyer. Um, and if you look at like Apple, 0.5%, Microsoft, it's up actually a lot more. Amazon flat. Basically, you've had money go into equal weight S&P, which is RSP, and small caps, which is IWM. And mid caps and small caps don't have Google in it because Google's a large cap. But you could be, and just like we saw that Google buyer earlier, that could be, it was the next week 172 and a half calls. That could be the next rotation, though, is names like Google, Apple, uh, all that jazz. So that could be next. And it would be happen obviously when quick, aggressive. So don't discount it, but make note that hey, money didn't flow in Mag Sevens. It might upcoming, and then Google will be kind of the first name you want to look at for a rotation because look at the past 5 days, it's been sideways, right? It hasn't done anything, so that could be your next move is in Google. So keep an eye on it. Don't uh maybe put it on the watch list and stuff. If you see money flow into Mag Sevens, Google's kind of your name to play catch up, so to speak. How do you trade XP if it's up 2/3 at the open? Yeah, you can. But what I would do, try to wait within that first 15, 30 minutes. If you get a downtick or if there's 10 a.m. news and you get a quick downtick, try to do it where you get filled there, but just try to do it around 20 to 25 cents. If it's not available because it's a gap and go, then just move on. If you get a gap and go and no pullback and you can't get 20-25 cents, just move on. Um, this morning we had a little down, what is it, 9:45, and then we flirted. We actually went back to the open. Then we ran, but it's not going to be perfect every single time in terms of ideally you want an inside move. So less than a market maker's expected move to stay in range or down. But anything, if you get a gap up 1% or down 1%, be a little bit more careful. Uh, how do you get the expected move on XSP? David, I did this real quick. I just literally did a market maker's expected move study. Where just calculates the market maker's expected move by the at the money straddle. But I want to try to get this a little bit prettier. So, be easier to do or to see, I should say. So, like right now, if you do individual stocks, so since it's looking at a 0 day option, you got to wait till tomorrow morning to get it. But if you want to do individual stocks like NVIDIA, you can, and it will give you the move for this Friday because NVIDIA doesn't have 0 DTE options. So like NVIDIA, the expected move is right around $5. So that'd be 115 or 126. So it's about $5 higher or lower. So you can do it in individual stocks. Obviously, you don't get the tax benefits and all that jazz, but you can. So NVIDIA would be right around $5 or so, 561. So like NVIDIA, you would do the 115 puts, buy the 114, and same thing. See how you get about 24 cents, right in that range, 20 to 24, 25. The only thing with NVIDIA is that obviously these expire Friday, not tomorrow. With doing tomorrow expiration, or with doing the same day expiration, you don't have any overnight risk, which is the beauty of it, so to speak. So like right now, the market makers are only expecting for XSP about 1.5% or 82 cents. So not much, right? Because it's 45 minutes until closing time. Oh, I got a message. Did you want me to get you Ozempic? I can get it for $50. This is my mom. Is trying to sell me drugs. My mom is trying to sell me drugs. Look at this. Vodafone filled at 30. Filled at 30. Wow, so that's 50% for Vodafone. And those were April options, gang. Deanna, can we send um
The
uh
shadow.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
update all that jazz now. Wow. Do I have any snap left? So Vodafone, I am out of here at 30. That's 50% in a couple hours. Where's Snap? 130. Let me just bust out a Snap at 130. Busted out a Snap too. Wow, I went big. I wish I would have bought bigger in Vodafone. I tried buying a 500 lot, but it wouldn't fill me because it said I don't have enough buying power. That trader is up a whopping $1.1 million intraday. Wow. Wow. I want to be that guy and make uh, 1 million in a day. Wow. Woo wee 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 wee. I need that. That trader overpaid for those options too. And they overpaid and they wanted them bad. Very bad. They were bad to the bone, you can say. KVU is up 2.5%. Wow. Are those options moving? Not really. We need some. Ooh, QBTS. March 14s? Wow. Ooh, some Rivian too. I wonder why they're buying Rivian calls. Maybe ahead of XPEV and the China EVs. Wow, QBTS is up 17%. Maybe I should have held on to those calls a little bit more. Kirk, let me show you. If you go to one click, if you go to warped options, if you go to damn. Oh, you got to scroll down a couple. Tracker, and there you go. You almost had me not find it either. I don't know if I could share the link. Let me, oh, I don't know what I'm clicking. So go to the main tab and then scroll down to tracker. And then you should be good. And you should be good. All right. Let me go back. Now I got lost. Oh yeah, Rivian. Wow, Rivian's catching a bid. Little EV. Diamonds are bid. Hood. Oh my God. Hood's up another 9%. Eeh. U's up a lot. Snap's up 5%. Netflix 5%. That's a lot of big. Ooh, TKO. You know, I've been buying so much TKO. I forgot I even had my Robinhood account. Jesus. I've been doing XSP in my Robinhood account too. Uh-oh, I just froze it. Uh-oh. Screen froze. Robinhood froze my screens. What did I do? I did the 561s in my Robinhood. 100%? All right. I think that is it, gang. If you guys or girls need anything, let me find a number or email me. My email up right there. If you need to renew any services or upgrade to VIP, do so. What number do you call? 904? 706-3539. I'll post everything in the hat. Oh, in the chat. Shoot. I don't know. I just got lost. My handlers are not I have my auto pen. Where's the chat? Where my pardons are going to get blocked, apparently. Don't ask me to ride a bike in public. I'll fall. All right. Let me put that. All right, YouTube, I exited out. I can't see y'all. Zoom. You're up now 60% in quantum. Give me my back. Show me one more time where to find the market makers move. Sure. So it will always it will always be right next to the in the option chain, the top where it says M market makers move. So if you go to like let's say Google or Goog, it will be 276, and that will always revert to this week. So the ones that expire March 21, it will always go to the expiration. The 0 DTE will go to the same ones. Do I have any Lunar, Archer, or SpaceX? I lost 15,000 in Lunar, so I hate it. I don't hate it. It probably goes up now, but I don't have any. I do not have any Archer, but I do have SpaceX, but it's a private note, so, or it's a private company, so you can't do anything with it. They're buying more Vodafone calls here at 31 cents, by the way. So more Vodafone calls are hitting at 31 cents. 143,000 have traded. Oh my days. Wow. Wow. That trader's insane. I wonder who it is. I wonder who it is. Who is behind Vodafone? Should we try to look at the 13Fs and see? Who is the rat bastard behind it? Vodafone. If you go on Whale Wisdom, I think you might have to pay for it nowadays, but you can see their option positions too. Let me see if I can find this really quick. If not, I don't want to spend all day doing it. Um, Clifford? Trying to see if I recognize anyone. Do you give option trades on here? No, you have to pay. Do you? Vodafone, they don't have options. Mm. Oh, Liberty Global is the company. Emirates Telecommunications Group. Jeez. No, I don't know if they show options on this site anymore. Renaissance Technologies. Are you Virtue? Yeah, I can sort through a lot. Cohen. Maybe it's Steve. They don't show any options. Josh Brown. It'd be funny if it was him and then pumping it on CNBC. That would be funny. All right, I could spend all day trying to find it. Okie doke. I think that's it. You're still on Vodafone? Ooh, what is FTI? Oh, it's dividend. Bleh. No dividend for me. No dividend stock. I'm not a big fan of the dividend stocks. Well, not for option flow. Not for option flow. More Baidu? Jeez, they're more buying Baidu calls it's like it's going out of style. Wow. Kirk. That's funny. All right. Let me scroll through the chat. Did I miss anything? Did y'all do good in VOD, QBTS? And I'll put your love letters later, maybe. If not, call and complain. Tell publisher Nate he's the worst. And say, book Lance more. Wow, Goldman Sachs rallied 555. I was going to buy the 550 weeklies. They just were so expensive. Wow. YMM is at a 52-week high. Remember that one? YMM from a few weeks ago? Look at that. YMM. That's a China ADR too. Yeah. More Palantir. Jeez, Palantir. I should have bought those. Maybe tomorrow look to do. Ooh, good job, Carol and Charles. Um, Tomorrow look to rotate. Keep an eye. I don't want to call because I don't know what's going to happen overnight. I really don't. Um, so obviously I was sold a lot, but look to rotate into Palantir, Google, maybe even the airliners. Keep an eye on the quantums stocks for tomorrow. So China ADRs, quantum, Intel, more Palantir, see? So Palantir, Baidu, Intel, Supermicro had some next week 42 calls. Keep an eye on those. I don't want to say go buy them now and PDD is another one, but they do have earnings. I just I mean I bought some Baidu calls, but I bought a whopping 3 lots, so not much. But I'm just a little cautious. Um I don't want to say cautious. I just don't know what's going to happen overnight. So that's why I trimmed a lot of stuff and not going crazy holding things today. But we could rally and then rally again with FOMC. QBTS, look at that explosion. Wow. Maybe I should have held all the calls. You know? Yeah, so everything's pretty much. Deanna, did we invite only scanner people? Right?
You invited everyone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you said you want to invite everyone.
Charles and Carol, I give you all a shout out on the Telegram. But yeah, I would. Oh yeah, even Nvidia. What happened to Nvidia after I stopped looking at it? Nvidia has their event this week. It's just the options are so hard to trade. It's just such a big stock. Snapchat 140 or 132. It's just so hard. I don't know. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I don't like how the trend is at 0.57 though. This is a little concern. What is the crypto doing? And then we'll leave it there. The crypto was down, and the market still was good. So where's the crypto right now? It came back. Uh, I mean, looks like a bear. Call it a mini H cell. But if the market can rally and crypto goes down or does nothing, that would be good. So we'll see. I mean, I'm just not too. Small caps are up, mid caps are up. Those are the leaders. Dow is out leading the NASDAQ. It's good. TKO is up. Better be. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't get too long in the tooth, but you could. We'll see. Maybe a little defensive. All right, I'm out. I'm hungry. I gotta go eat something. Ooh, some meta puts. 600s. Decent bet. Meta again kind of falls into NVIDIA. A lot of options. A lot of pricey options too. All right. All right. I'm out of here. Thank you all. If you need anything, just call the number. Um, Send me an email. Do what you
Hang
got to
out with
do.
him at 9 a.m.
Oh yeah, 9 a.m. on the YouTube. If you're not on the YouTube or subscribed or notification, I don't know how you do it, but just go to the YouTube.
Click the bell icon. So you hit subscribe and then the bell icon pops up right after that. But you're already on your channel, so you can't see it.
Oh, yeah, just do that and then you'll be notified at 9 a.m. The only reason I wasn't on at 9 a.m. today because I was in Homosassa driving and they got done with my truck early. So I just pulled off to McDonald's to do some work, but I didn't want to be in McDonald's on YouTube talking because kind of be rude, you know. All right. Thank you all.